Hello, friends, and welcome back to My Hobby Home. My name is Kathy. Thank you so much for joining me today. We are starting 2026 already. So, what are my plans for the day? Well, the first thing I'm doing, I've printed out recipes. I have 3 recipes that I've made them before. I've made them a lot of times, actually, but I can't find my book that has them in it, so I had to print them out. So if you're wondering what we're having for our New Year's dinner, this is what we're going to be having. We will be having broccoli cornbread. It is a Jiffy cornbread mix. It's broccoli with cottage cheese and some other things in it. But that is going to be our cornbread. We will have sausage and cabbage. That is going to be slow cooker sausage and cabbage. And then I will have what is called southern black-eyed peas. And we're going to have ham with that as well. But we're making sure we hit the greens and we hit all the other things as well. So we have a good start to our 2026. So why do we eat this? I have realized that not everyone eats the traditional New Year's meal like us in the South do. And I found on the internet that this is, it's like really a Southern tradition. But guys, I'm going to tell you, it's good no matter where you're at. I'm going to read you what it states. A traditional New Year's Day meal deeply rooted in Southern U.S. tradition symbolizes a desire for luck, prosperity, and progress in the coming year. Key foods, specifically black-eyed peas, for luck or coins, greens for wealth, and pork for forward movement, are consumed to ensure a prosperous, healthy future. Black-eyed peas, what that does, that symbolizes coins, wealth, or luck, often cooked with pork. That's called Hoppin' John's. You cook it with peas and rice and onions and pork. Normally bacon. You could do ham. I always have bacon, so that's what I do. Your greens is collards or leafy greens. We will be having collards. That is in my New Year's. Let me see. I have a binder that has these printed in it, but I can't find it. But I had this one out, and it's got food all over it. The recipe that I have, it does call for collard greens. Sometimes it calls for kale or something like that. No, we're going to put collards. We're going to use collard greens. This represents folding money and good fortune. Pork symbolizes prosperity as pigs root forward, representing a forward motion. So we're going to go forward. Cornbread symbolizes gold and prosperity, and ring-shaped cakes represents the full circle of a lucky year. Now, I have not picked up a cake. I'm not going to make a cake, but I will probably pick up a lemon glaze cake just because it's good. And my daughter's fiance loves lemon cake, so I'm going to get that for him. And, well, he loves the good Southern meal anyway. But what else am I doing today? Well, I have my little calendar out here, and I am planning out my 2026. So let me tell you some of the things that we are going to be doing. On Mondays, it's going to be the same as 2025. You guys will get updates on Mondays. That holds me accountable, so I'm not just going and starting projects and not getting it done. So some of the projects that I do want to go on and get completed really before I start anything else is the Merry Christmas quilt. That is the Bella Rose 2024 Advent box. It is the large pattern that was in there. I am going to finish that up. I'm going to finish the Charmed, I'm sure, that we got out of soft squares. I am going to bind my Unchained Gelity, and I'm going to bind the I'm not sure what the next one is. I think the other one is the Flyway. But I'm going to bind those 2 quilts. And I think that kind of finishes all the quilts that I have going. And, I'm going to keep up with my block of the months that I have going, but that is going to be good. I'm going to go on and turn to my month of January just to kind of keep me on track here. But we will be still doing the Saturday sew-alongs, but we're going to be doing something a little different with that. And let me see. One of the things that we will be doing is in my advent boxes that we got, the Quilted Cow had a block of the month calendar. We are going to be working this probably the first Tuesday of each month. We'll be working the block for that month, the first Tuesday of each month. So guys, I'm excited about this. I mean, I think we got a ruler also in there that's going to help do this. So if you got this calendar, please join me. I'm just going to be sewing a block each month. You don't have to sew that. If you don't want to, that's fine. I'm perfectly fine with that. Let's see, our Saturday sew-along. This is going to be where we're going a little different. I have a bunch of books here. This is a lot of books. It's not all my books, but it's a lot of books. I'm not pulling the Celebrate with Quilts in because I've already made a quilt out of that book. We made the Land That I Love. And if you missed it, my trunk show was yesterday. Land That I Love is showing in that video. I will be doing a panel mashup. I have a panel that I want to complete. I will be picking one of these borders that is on here, and I'm going to be making that panel. Not sure right now, but which one it will be. Now, the first Saturday sew-along that we're going to be doing is that Charmed, I'm sure. I want to go on and get that done before I start anything else. I will be picking a pattern out of this Step It Up, the 5-yard quilt. I know which one I'm going to pick out of this, guys. I already know. It's going to be the Salsa. I know. If you have this book, you'll know what I mean. The Salsa is fabulous. But we did get this in one of these advent boxes that I purchased. So this will be one of the patterns that I do on my Saturday sew-along. Now, I'm thinking that I'm going to pull this. This is 2 from 1 Jelly Roll quilts. The reason I'm telling y'all what books I'm going to be pulling a pattern out of is so if you have the book, pull it out, have it ready. We're going to be making some quilts. This is where you can make 2 quilts out of 1 jelly roll. I don't try to make 2 quilts out of 1 jelly roll. I use a jelly roll for 1 quilt. But this is the book that I made my very first quilt out of. And if I can find it real quick, I will show you which one it was. Here it is. It's called the Speedwell quilt. This is the very first quilt pattern that I ever made. It looks like a herringbone is what it looks like. It's beautiful. I loved it. It was not hard to make at all. And it was my very first quilt. And when I had that quilted, I quilted it actually. When I showed it to my long armor, she was like, "This was your first quilt to make." I didn't know it was supposed to be hard. But we're going to pick a pattern out of that. And we'll probably do that for National Sew a Jelly Roll Day. And we'll do that the whole month of September probably. And then this here, just 2 Charm Pack quilts. We'll very likely pull a pattern out of this book. Now, I do have some Jolly Bar books that I'm not pulling out. But I'm not going to say it's not possible that I might still pull a pattern out of one of those. And then we have a quick Christmas 3-yard quilt. Now, you see the little orange tab? I've already picked a pattern. I'm not real sure which one I'd pick, but we'll pick a pattern out of this. This is my goal, is to take my books in 2026 and to get my money's worth out of paying for books. I'm going to go ahead and make something out of it. This Creative Log Cabin Quilts. We also got this in Soft Squares Advent Box. We will be doing a pattern out of this book as well. And y'all, there's some beautiful log cabin quilts ideas in there. And this one right here, it is like a block of the month, I think. It is. It's a block of the month. But we're not going to treat it like a block of the month. We're going to try to do it all at once, in a month. This is called Rose and Bloom. I do plan on using that and possibly making a quilt out of that. And I got asked about this. Fat quarters by the dozen. Yes, there is plans of pulling a pattern out of this book and making. So if you have this book, now, even if you don't want to make the same one I make, that's fine. You can make anything you want. I'm not going to twist your arm. Quilts are beautiful. No matter which one you choose. Quilts are beautiful. And the other one that I have, I purchased this from my local quilt shop. It's an Annie's Attic Quilting Creative Pre-Cut Quilts. I have picked a quilt for this as well. There are some very, very, very cute little quilts in this book, guys. I wanted to do this one here, but then I thought, I don't really use quilts like this. I use quilts that are simple. I use quilts that I can use. I use quilts that my grandbabies can roll around on the floor on. If you saw my trunk show, you'll see exactly the kind of quilts that I do. Now, there's a few that I've made that I did let go of, like the pumpkin sitting. I did let that one go as well. There's several that I made that I let go to other homes. So, but that's the joy of making quilts. Even if I won't enjoy it, I may enjoy sewing it, but I may not be able to use it, but I know somebody else might be able to. Now, this book right here, I think I purchased this either late 23 or early 24. This book has the flannel pattern for the flannel quilt that I want to make my bed. I want to make one for my bed. And, but I actually found 2 patterns in this that I wanted to make. This poinsettia pattern. And then that quilt pattern. I know I will be making the flannel quilt for my bed. But I don't know about the poinsettia one yet. But I do know that. And another book, guys, that I got is called Simply Half Yards. Now, this is like a pre-cut too for me, but it's a half yard. And we all know that we end up with them half yard cuts because when we go get fabric, we tell them whatever's on the boat. I do. Especially if it's not a lot left on there. If it's only a half a yard, people can't even make a 3-yard quilt out of it. Well, now we've got half yard quilts. I've got 2 marked in here that I think one is called the origami. I knew I would choose that one. And then one is the Starry Night quilt. But this is the origami. Y'all know I like them stars. I love them stars. But I have 2 picked out in this book as well. I might not make both of them, but I know I'll make one. And my last book. Guys, I've had this book for a while, and I've wanted to make something out of it, and we're going to do it in 2026. This may be the first one I pull out because, you know, we all got to get rid of these scraps that we have. Scrappiness is happiness. I've got a quilt already marked. It is the spring basket block. Let me see if I can find the quilt put together. But this is the quilt that I'm wanting to make. And I know that's kind of strange to have like that one block and do it. The notes on this is when I'm cutting this block, I pull fabric from my 1.5, 2.5, 3.5, 5, and 7-inch scrap baskets. Well, I don't have scraps cut down like that, but what I may do is I have a lot of Lori Holt fabrics, and I'll probably pull them out and stack them by colors. So when I need a red, I can just pull from a red stack. And when I need a green, I can pull from a green stack. I can see you have dark green. Let's see. We have background. We have flower petals, which I'm guessing flower petals are the red. We have flower center, which is a yellow. We have leaves, which are green. We have the stem, which is a dark green. And we have the basket, which is, I'm thinking just whatever color. Let me look to see if they use all the same color. Well, it looks like they use blues and greens, kind of the same. And handle and basket trim. The handles are all like a dark blue. And the basket trim is the same color. So, I have been wanting to make a quilt out of this book for a long time. I may change my mind about the quilt that I want to do. And that's okay. But I'm pulling out my quilt books. And when I make a quilt in it, I am going to mark that page because I'm very unlikely to get rid of the books. Once I make a pattern out of it, I'll probably write on that page the date and possibly the line I used. I don't know. Now, I do have a cute little keeping up book, you know, what I've done. We all know I'm not good at that. I don't label my quilts. I don't do all that stuff because I intend for my quilts to be used. And we all know labels, they get pulled off. So let's see. We're going to have that Sew Along Saturday. That's going to be a pattern out of one of these books. Now, I know before I've used free patterns. And that's okay. You guys can find a free pattern and just sew along with me if you want to. But to me, this is a free pattern because it's a book I already have. And I'm not buying another book. But the books that I have are all books that I have looked at, and I know there's at least one pattern in each book that I want to do. Let's see. Okay. Sampler Sunday. It's going to be called Subscription Sunday because I am going to pull a pattern out of a subscription box. It does not have to be Sew Sampler. It does not have to be Creative Notions. I have another one coming, guys, and I think it is due to ship on the 2nd of January. I actually have 2 boxes. I got both boxes so I can see which one I really want. And my understanding is, now I may be understanding wrong, but there's going to be like a project in it and maybe a little notion for quilting or sewing. It is a very inexpensive box. And if I really, really like it, I'm going to keep it. You know, it's $20 a box. And I'm going to wait until I unbox it to let you guys know about, you know, who it's through and everything. So you will know, you know, the name, and I'll link them down in the bottom of that video when I do an unboxing for them. So guys, y'all stay tuned. 2026, I have a new subscription box that is coming, And I will be doing some more machine embroidery, but I think I'll probably be doing a lot of that on the side. Maybe not necessarily recording it. If I do, it's going to kind of be like a day in the life of it. So we've got our Sundays. Our Sundays is our subscription box Sunday. Mondays are for updates. Tuesdays, the first Tuesday of the month, we're going to be doing the Quilted Cow block of the month. Right now, I have most Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays open. That's not to say there won't be anything on those days, but those days are open for me because I work Monday through Thursday, and it is absolutely very, very hard for me to get a video out for you guys. I have a lot of new people. So if you saw my video yesterday, I have over 1,000 new subscribers in the year 2025. So I guess maybe I need to do a little intro. Hey guys, I am a wife, a mother, a GG to two beautiful. Well, let me back up. I'm a wife to one man. I'm a mother to 3 grown children. And I am a GG to 2 of the most beautiful, little, sweet, sugar bears, troublemaking 2-year-olds you will ever find. They are absolutely adorable, and they know in Gigi's eyes, even when they do wrong, they still get a snack. They still get a snack. Gigi is the keeper of all snacks. One of them is organic gummies, and one of them is Star Crunches. Nothing organic about that, and all bad. But he knows his Gigi loves him and always has his snack. Always. He walks in my door, Gigi, I need a knack. He can't say the S. He just turned 2, guys. But he needs a knack. Yes, he does. And Gigi gives it to him. I sure do. And I tell his mama all the time, please don't give him sugar before you feed him. But Gigi can. Gigi does. But I work, as I said, I work Monday to Thursday, a 40-hour week job. I work from 6 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. I love my job. They're going to have to roll me out of there on a gurney probably. I love it that much. I actually, over the holidays, I've been off work since the Thursday before the 22nd of December. Well, I went in the 22nd of December to do payroll, and guys, I went in just a few days ago to verify and audit payroll. So when I go back on Monday, it's all good and I don't have any surprises. So even on my days off, I will go in and make sure everything is going smooth, that, they're only 15 minutes away from me. It's not a big deal. 15, 20, somewhere like that. Not a big deal. So I love my job that much, and I want to keep my upper boss from having problems. If I can keep the light from being shown on us, I'm going to do it. But I do work 4 days a week, full 10-hour days. And if we ever have snow and ice, y'all just know I will be working it. I will go in at midnight and get off at noon. When we have freezing, sleeting, raining, and I fully anticipate we're going to have that starting in January. But we're hoping not so bad, okay? Y'all, we're hoping not so bad. But when we do have it, y'all, I'm okay with it. I get paid good time for that. I get paid. And I love it. I love that little extra money. Who don't? Who don't like a little extra money? And to be working overnight, all my guys are tired. They leave me alone. They let me do what I do. I answer the phone is what I do. But, so, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, those are mainly open. But, guys, I could probably fill them up. I definitely could fill them up. The second and fourth Friday of every month, Tammy with The Siberian Wind, Alicia with Quilty Bird Piecing, and myself all come together on Tammy's channel on that second and fourth Friday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And we sew a block of the month of the Yuletide Sampler 2. Now, you can still get this book online. I got the book and the templates from Two Chicks Quilting, I think. I can't recall, guys. If you want to know about it, I have playlists that has my sew-alongs, and I think I have one with Yuletide Sampler also. But in the description of that, Two Chicks Quilting, I'm pretty certain that's what it is now. That's where I got my book and my templates. Now, you can get the book from Amazon, I believe. But yeah, you can still get the book. You can get caught up. They do sell the whole thing at one time now. Now, my book, let me show you how I have my book. Your book comes to you all as loose pages in a plastic zippered envelope. I have punched and bound my book, and I'm seriously thinking that if people want their book bound, I can bind it for you at a very small fee and return shipping. So, I could do that easily. I won't put, I've shown people this, that I've bound this. Guys, it keeps everything together. Just fabulous. Everything stays together. If you are interested in having like patterns like this, because let me show you here too. Like I did the little gingerbread men towel hangers. When you print that out, it's a lot of pages. I just hole punched it, bound it. And if you carry this, like we used to have Kinko's, and we used to have Staples, and we used to have, I don't know if our Office Depot even does it anymore, but you could carry it in and they would charge you crazy amounts to print this. Now, of course, you would have to ship it to me and then pay for return shipping. The easiest way for me to know to do this is, if you want to do that, my P.O. box is down in the description. You can ship to that P.O. box. And in there, make sure you have included, you don't have to supply a return envelope or anything, but at least put in there a sheet of paper with your name, your email address, and your shipping address on there. Don't expect me to look at the envelope, because that may not happen. And I will not make prints of it. I will not copy it. I will not take anything by email and bind it, especially a pattern, because that is a copyright issue. I will not do that. Too many people work too hard to do these patterns that I will not copy or anything in any form or fashion. If you have a pattern that I really like, I'll go online and start hunting it, and I'll purchase it. But if you want me to do that, I think for binding, it doesn't take me very much time to do it. I'll bind for $5. Now, I can only bind up to like 200 pages in this little bind here. I could probably do a bigger comb bind. I use comb binding. I don't use anything else. But if you're interested in that, I'm thinking in 2026 I will offer that service, because after I started doing this, I just realized the equipment I purchased to do this, it is kind of costly. And, it could save you money in the long run if you purchased it. But if you're not doing a lot of patterns, then why do that? But I will comb bind for $5. It takes me probably 10 minutes to do a full book because you can only punch so many pages at a time. You can only punch like 10 pages at a time. And it just takes a little bit of time to punch and then to comb bind it. And then whatever shipping is. And what I can do is when I get it in, I can invoice you for a comb binding service and tell you what it would be to ship back to you. Because I will use like a USPS envelope. One of their, what is that called? Express mail, whatever. Shipping. It's envelopes that you can get from the USPS for free. I will slip it in there. But what I'll probably do, if I have some, I'll probably get some clear cellophane bags that I can slip it down in and zipper it real good. So it's not just directly touching that envelope. So if you're interested in having a pattern or anything bound, 250 pages down, just $5 for the comb binding, because as I said, it takes me a little while, plus shipping to ship back to you. And yeah, we can do that. That's one of the things that I am going to be offering, is because you guys know that when you buy this pattern, you don't want to be losing the pages of it. And this pattern comes completely loose. So, and also if you get an embroidery pattern that has a lot of pages like this embroidery pattern had, I did not realize until I started doing embroidery like this how many pages it comes with. They come with a lot. But yes, my information is down in the description. I will let y'all know, and I'll even put on their comb binding services, and I'll put the amount and the zip code that you'll be sending it to. So if you want to calculate it, by all means, go on and calculate it. I don't mind because I won't charge you more than whatever shipping is. I don't make any money on shipping, and I package it. I get the packaging and all from the postal service. I package. The only thing that I will pay for is the clear cellophane envelopes that I will slip it in. And that $5, unless it's a big package or bigger than what my little cellophane bags will hold, you know, the $5 will cover that. You know, I'm not really charging for my time. I just don't. I want it to be convenient for all crafters. So, that being said, second and fourth Friday, we will be doing Yuletide Sampler. We will be doing a block. We are coming up in January. We are coming up on block 5. We will be doing block 5 in the month of January. So if you're interested, you're not too far behind if you want to start it with us, guys. Second and fourth Fridays. Now, also, I am doing another sew along or quilt along with Tammy. She does have a block of the month that she is doing as well. And that comes out on the 15th of each month. I will be putting it out the very next day, maybe. If not, it should be that following Friday. I try to get that. She does a video and she sews that block on her video. I'll watch her video and then we'll just do a sew along and chit chatty thing, you know, and do that on, normally I will do it on a Friday. But I also have Fat Quarter Shop that I get their subscription box, and I will still be doing the flowering for that. And I will still be getting Creative Notions box. I am in the process of maybe thinking about letting that box go because it is a big project. Their quilt, you know, their box is for 2 months, and the project they have in there is always a big quilt. I really like that, and that is one of the reasons it is hard for me to let that go. I know they have had some shipping problems in the past, and their subscription box is going up this month, or 2026, in the year 2026, by like $3. But I like that they have the bigger quilts. Fat Quarter Shop, theirs is always a smaller quilt. I know we can add borders and make it bigger, but we don't have to do that with Creative Notions. Their patterns or their quilts that you do normally end up bigger. I have been looking to possibly take another subscription box on, but right now I have the sewing and quilting subscription box that is a new boxes to me coming. We're going to see how big they are, how I can squeeze them in to my calendar. And right now, that looks like all we have. I am going to try to continue to do a D-stash probably once a month or once a quarter. And for the quarter, it'll start like the first month of the quarter. Like, I will try to do another D-stash the last Sunday of January. Because, guys, I'm going through my sewing room and I am getting rid of stuff. I am trying to hone in everything I have in here because I have absolutely too much. Y'all saw the books that I have? I have that many more on a shelf over here that I've either worked something out of it or I've got a lot of stuff that I need to be going through. So, friends, Happy New Year's. It is New Year's Day, day 1 of 2026. We're starting it off right. We're eating all of our right foods that we're going to be eating. We're going to be having a great time today. My children will be coming over for their Christmas. So of course, yes, I'm recording this the day before while I have a break. I have nobody. I had my granddaughter last night. She's so precious. She did a little decorating of the Christmas tree, put them all in the line in order, all the same color. She did that. Yes, she did. But you know what? That's fine. That's a 2-year-old. That's what they do. And so right now, while I have some downtime, I'm taking the moment to come to you guys and just kind of tell y'all what I have going on in 2026. I'm going to try to not overdo it this year. I don't think I overdid it too bad last year. My goal was to do 1 quilt a month. And being that I ended with over 20 quilts in 2025, I would say I hit that goal. And so, friends, I'm hoping you guys hit all the goals you had set for your craftiness. This is fun for me. And as long as it's fun for me, y'all will keep seeing me. So thank you so much for joining me and coming along. I hope you have enjoyed 2025 and we're starting 2026 off just right. I hope you have a very happy new year, a very blessed new year. So friends, give me a thumbs up before you head out here. If you have not yet subscribed, this is the day to do it. 2026 is the year for you to subscribe. Click that notification bell because, guys, I'm going to tell you what I've told you about on my calendar today. That is not all that I'm going to have coming to you guys. I'm hoping to throw in some adventures this year. So feel free to leave a comment and tell me what you think. Let me know what you would like to see more of. You guys know I cook, I sew, I quilt, I embroidery, I cross stitch. I have not brought as much cross stitch this last year as normal. I do hope to be getting back to that more. So guys, until next time, I hope you have a very blessed day and a happy new year. Bye guys, from me here at My Hobby Home.